guys, and welcome to Vlogmas day 22. It's actually already almost 8 p.m. and haven't really done a lot. So I actually wanted to clean and reorganize my bookshelf. So I'm gonna do that and yeah, let's see how it goes. Currently have them sort of set up by genre. Not sure if I want to do that again. I probably will do that again. I don't know if I should do a TBR shelf or not. First, I'm gonna get all the books off the shelves. We'll clean the shelves and then we'll see how we will reorganize them again. Are off the shelf right now. So we have fantasy, dystopian here, historical romance, which I'm growing my collection a bit. Then we have the most, which is romance, some darker romances, a couple of young adults, more romance, adult, which this is adult as well, so this is all Nicholas Sparks and other adult. And then we have non-fiction or fiction, which is, you know, related to a real life event. And we have empty bookshelves. So I just organized my bookshelves and I thought I would show you a quick tour. So the top shelves are fantasy / dystopian. So we have the Selection, the Three Musketeers, the Secret Circle, the Red Queen series, Twilight series, which are the original ones in Dutch that I read. We have Lee Bardugo, Wonder Woman, Six of Crows duology, and Shade of Bone. And we have the Fifth Wave. Then we have the Lunar Chronicles, which I read and I have in English hardcover, which I got secondhand, which was a really great deal. And I have Throne of Glass, which I thrifted. Then we have the Hunger Games. So we have the original Dutch ones that I read. And then we have the English ones, which I really like the cover of. We have... maybe I'm gonna change that, not sure yet. We have The Host by Stephanie Meyer, which she's the writer of these books. So maybe I will change that, not sure yet. The Host, we have the Divergence trilogy, and we have 4 books by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, The Inheritance Games, and the first book of The Naturals. So those are the fantasy / dystopian books. Then we have on this shelf, we have the historical romance. So we have the Bridgerton series with, of course, season 2. Love them. And I'm currently missing book 4 because my sister is reading that, and I have book 2 double because I had this, but I wanted to get the series cover on it. Then we have Redeeming Love by Francine Rivers, which is an interesting book. If you're religious, it's a really beautiful book. If not, it's also quite interesting just to read about, because personally I'm not religious, but I enjoyed it. Then we have my favorite historical romance series, which is Bringing Down the Duke by Evie Dunmore. Can't wait for book 4 to come. And then we have 2 books which I showed you that I bought. Then we have about 5 shelves of new adult, mostly romance. So we have Colleen Hoover books, which I read these 2. Haven't read these yet. Oh well, this one I read as well. So I'll put this one below here. Then we have some other books. So we have this series, which I want to read. Garnet Flats, Change of Heart, A Risk Forever, Almost, The Rose Next Door, Stolen English, Started with a Kiss, The Marriage Game, and 2 books by Mariana Zapata. And then we have the Troubled series by Lauren Asher, which is a Formula One love story. So of course I have my Formula One cars there. Then below that we have romance which take place in Alaska, so more of a winter books. We have sort of sports romance. These are sports romance, and these belong to the same publisher. And this author, which this is my favorite book of, or favorite series of that author, she organizes these books, so that's why I have them together. Then we have Jennifer Lynn Armentrout, which I really like. Most of these I got secondhand because I read these series on my e-reader, so now I'm just finding the books. And then we have Jay Kronover, which is one of my favorite authors as well. Really like this series, which is the Mark Min series, which I'm currently trying to find all the books for. And these are the children of these people. And then we have my Kennedy collection. So we have Off Campus, and we have Briar U. Then we have Good Girl Complex and the second book. And then we have Misfit, which that's also why I don't mind having a gap here, because I pre-ordered book 2, which is coming in February, I believe. And then we have Tessa Bailey books. We have K.A. Tucker, which is my favorite author of all time. It is my favorite book, The Simple Wild. I also will be ordering this book, the next book of this, which is coming on January 3rd. So really soon, can't wait. And then we have Cora Carmack, which I also really like. I really like this series, and I hope book 4 will come out eventually as well. Below that, we have a lot of new adult romances. So we have The X-Dog, If You Ask Me, and Meet Me in Paradise by Libby Hubsher, People We Meet on Vacation. We have books by Priscilla Oliveras. We have Dial A for Aunties. We have the Kiss Quotient series. We have The Roommate, which I also have the second book of this, which my sister is also reading. That's the Intimacy Experiment. The Love Hypothesis series. We have 2 books by Christina Lauren. These books, which I haven't read yet. The Off Limits Rule by Sarah Adams. We have Get a Life Chloe Brown series. You have me at Hola, Part of Your World, The Fastest Way to Fall, Bet the Farm, and The Spanish Love Deception. Then we have sort of, well, a little bit of romance, but mostly a bit of mystery. So we have the Study in Charlotte series, which is a retelling, well, a different take on Holmes. And then we have Consumed, which is sort of like a fire story. Don't really completely remember it. And then we have A Good Girl's Guide to Murder series. We have my bookmarks there. And then we have a little bit of darker romances. So we have the Twisted series by Anna Wong. Some other series, the Bound by Honor by Cora Riley. We have this series by Sophie Jordan, Gianna Darling, Penelope Douglas, and someone else. And then we have young adult. So we have, John Green, Anna and the French Kiss series. We have the Traveling Pants, from the movies. Morgan Matson. We have these Jenny Han books and Love and Gelato, which are both my sister's books, which I'm borrowing. We have the Abby Glein series, and then some hardcovers. Then, this is my favorite young adult author, which is Katie McGarry. Love this series. And also this one, I really like that author when she writes these types of books. We have The Lovely Records by Cameron Garcia, the Perfect Chemistry books by Simone Elkelis, which this was the original Dutch one that I read, which got me a bit in like romance, young adult reading when I was younger. And then we have The Summer of Broken Rules, A Faux Love Story, which I haven't read yet, which I want to. And we have my Sarah Dessen books, which I want to collect more of. Below that, we have the adult romances. So we have all my Nicholas Sparks books, which this is definitely my favorite, The Longest Ride. And then we have some more adult books, including Crazy Rich Asian series, which I read the first one and I want to read the second and third one. And I also have My Sister's Keeper with the movie cover. And then over here, which is sort of at the same place, it's my sort of non-fiction slash fiction with like a real theme. So we have some books about mythology, history books that I had to read for school. I'm just gonna use my flashlight for a bit. We have like the home edit books, which is, you know, from the television show on Netflix. You know, the organizing one, which I really like. And then we have some biographies. So for example, we have Barack Obama's Promised Land. This is my favorite book in this sort of section, which is priceless. And then we also have, you know, the fiction, but, you know, with the subject of like war, for example. I really want to read this one, which is a winner of the Pulitzer Prize. And then we have, you know, The Tattoos of Auschwitz, The Help, The German Girl, Sonny Boy, 1953, and Wild Swans. So these are my main bookshelves. I also have one shelf here, but it's mostly, I haven't organized it, but it's mostly, you know, dictionaries, encyclopedias, you know, books about travel, my travel journals, books about dogs, and for example, you know, books, you know, breeding books, etc. And then we have some middle grade slash fiction books. So we have the Harry Potter books, which I found thrifted. Haven't read them yet. Didn't read them as a child, not sure why. And then we have some books for school, other books for school. For example, Frankenstein I had to read for school. And then below that I have books that I want to sell. I'm really happy with how they turned out, and yeah, I hope to see you for Vlogmas Day 23 tomorrow.